that O-line was horrendous. They were getting abused all day, Justin. Like, I guess the best person on there was Darrell Williams, maybe, I guess, but he had to guard TJ Watt the entire time, so how good are you going to look against that dude? You know, he kind of held him in check the last time around, but this time it was just like TJ was a man possessed. It was almost like he got paid a lot of money to do that or something. And when I went back and watched the film a little bit. Not one player on that offensive line was up to par. Like, the guards were super, super bad. Deion Dawkins, I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass since he's still kind of bouncing back from COVID. But he struggled against an aged veteran like Melvin Ingram, who was sitting out in the free agency for quite some time. So I was a little discouraged to see that, and they just couldn't buy Josh any time back there. So I just had a really hard time taking anything positive away, any positive points to take away from that offensive line performance.
Yeah, I will say Melvin Ingram was sitting out there for a long time, but had we not had the draft that we had where we brought in Basham and Rousseau, he's definitely a dude that I wanted the Bills to target. I do think he still has quite a bit left in the tank. And then you're talking Cameron Hayward in there, TJ Watt is an absolute game wrecker. So I do think that that's one of the strengths of the Steelers is their defensive front. That being said, yeah, the offensive line was not good. The guard play was something I was concerned about going into the season. There's not very many position groups on this team that I have concerns about, but it was, the cornerback depth and the interior line play. And even went as far as to roll out some wild scenario of we see Spencer Brown at some point playing tackle, Feliciano gets benched, and we have Darrell Williams at guard. Something like that doesn't seem so far off because, I like Feliciano as a guy in the locker room and a run blocker, but it seems like our two guards their strength is supposed to be run blocking for a team that ran the ball between all the running backs and Josh Allen combined, 15, 18 times, something like that. Mm-hmm. So that's something where we kind of have the pieces we have, so there's not much you can do to upgrade that position once the season starts. So I would like to see some sort of scenario where we lean a little bit more into pass blocking there than having guys that run block. But also that game plan, I wouldn't have been opposed to seeing some more carries. I saw my brother sent me a statistic today that over the course of the whole game, the Steelers called one blitz. So, they were dropping everybody back in coverage and bringing 4 every time. Maybe their whole game plan was knowing that we were going to try to throw the ball all over the yard. So maybe that was a game plan where we should have been sprinkling a little bit more on.